Hello and welcome to What's on the Tape, where I take tapes from 40 years ago for the ZX Spectrum and see whether I can load and play them today. Okay, so with these are the tapes for this week. We have got two. We've got one from, this is W.H. Smith's tape. You can tell by the black and white as they do them. There we go, the old W.H. Smith tape. So this is a C15 from a set that I got recently. If you watch Watching the Wild, you will see the ones that I got. It has got on it The Hobbit, Thrusta, Flight Simulator, and The Quest. So I think two of these two here are text adventures, but we'll see when we get, well, no, that one is definitely, I'm not sure whether The Quest is, but we'll find out. Thrusta, funnily enough, I found on my shelf, so I thought I'd show you it while I've got it. So this is a software projects game. There we go, there it is. So that's software projects game, a nice bright red tape for it, and the sort of the innards, and quite nice actually. So it's quite, it looks better without the cover, because the case is dirty. Look at the filthy dirty case. So it looks better there, but yeah, this Thrusta, it really doesn't do itself justice. It's actually really quite a good little game. It's about sort of killing eggs, space eggs basically, in a little ship. It's quite a good sort of single screen, it's a 16K game. It's quite a good little game actually, and as I say, it doesn't really do it justice that it's on, you know, sort of from the cover. You'd think it doesn't. Yes, like a little man getting pushed around. It's really weird. So yeah, that doesn't do itself justice, but actually it's a really good little game. I remember playing it for the first time and being really impressed by it. The other one is Flight Sim. I found that on my pile as well. It's old Sinclair game. It's amazing, to be honest, that they actually got a flight simulator to run on a Spectrum back in the day. Not particularly good flight simulator, but it was a start, wasn't it? It was the start of the whole sort of making simulator games a thing, because now we're obviously on latest versions of them. It's like Aerosoft, I think it's called, isn't it? Some stuff, and Flight Simulator from Microsoft. And the second tape I've chosen, just a two tape thing. We've got a bye-bye tape, a home computer cassette, and on here we've got Snowball, and we've also got Escape from Pulsar 7, which I've never played, and I think Snowball is this game, so I'm going to show you this one as well, which I pulled off the shelf because it was handy. Snowball in Hell. This is actually quite a good game. It's kind of a shoot-em-up Arachnoid with a specialised tank. It's kind of at the bottom there. You can see it sort of there. That's it. So I'm hoping that's like what this one is actually. So again, Atlantis game. Sort of later on in the Spectrum's life, we had these. I mean, it's quite cool. Look at this guy getting shot down the bottom here, and you the tank there, sort of surviving, and there's little things around it. It's a very big tank. Look at it. It's got a huge sort of bulldozer type front on it as well for sort of chopping through things. Yeah, but this guy getting murdered heinously, and then you get the game and you discover it's actually Arachnoid. So really weird, and that's probably the way it should be seen, but it's actually seen that way. So yeah, horizontal over vertical. Anyway, let's get one of these into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we'll go down to basic and load it, or load speech marks. We'll see if we can get that to load. Right, okay, so first side, we're actually on the second side of the C15, which basically says we're going to get the flight simulation from, is it with Scion, actually? Or Scion? Scion. You can hear, by the way. Oh, hang on. Oh, God. Oh, doesn't sound good. Oh, that sounds terrible. This is the problem with old tapes. They just sit and they degrade over time, and they you know, just getting them to load can be part of the big problem with them. I can hear that's the initial thing. You probably can't hear that, but you might be able to. Yeah. We had the yeah. Oh, that's rotten. Oh, that's terrible. Let's have a look at the tape. I've just got the tape out to have a look at. What are we working with here? Let's see. Well, the surface looks fairly rough to me. That's not a good sign. That's really not a good sign. Yeah, it's a rough surface. Right, what we'll do then, because I think this is a flight simulator anyway, so let me grab mine off the shelf again. I put it back because I thought I wouldn't need it. I'm going to grab it off the shelf. I've got it. And we'll try and load mine. We'll see whether or not this time round we can actually load it. Oh, I forgot they put a blank on the other side. Of course, Sinclair put one side as a sort of the flight sim or game, and then the other side is blank so that you can record your own stuff. But they didn't put the tab in the top of the tape so that you can record over it. They popped the tab out so you can't record over the blank part. Unless you put the tab back in, of course. But yeah, that perfect. That absolute engineering genius, as it might be at the time. Absolutely engineering genius. So how are you all today? Are you all happy? Oh my God, I've forgotten how big this was. I'm just opening up the leaflet, and it's like, hang on, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minuscule pages, which I'm never going to be able to read. I have to have a magnifying glass. I don't know anybody else. If you get to a certain age, you've got to have a magnifying. I was reading something the other day, and I literally, I couldn't see the text. It was so small. I mean, it was the same sort of size as you get on these kind of things from Spectrum things. I mean, these are less than 1 millimetre high. I think that's the problem. You know, I mean, I have to. I don't know how I read these as a kid. Do you remember how you read these? And then you were sat on the bus or walking home with your mate or whatever else is, and you used to read these as you went along. I love the way, by the way, mine's been slightly altered. My game. It says load and run. Type in load flight, close the brackets, and then somebody's handwritten enter beside it, because in case you didn't know that you had to press enter. It kind of. It's how you enter the command, peoples. But yeah, I don't know how we read these back in the day. I really don't. I mean, I loved a manual. I loved a good instruction manual. In fact, I still love a good instruction manual to this day. If it comes with a manual, I'm like, sweet. You know, it's the best thing you can possibly have. But back in the day, I just don't know how we did it. I really don't. I mean, some were readable, but this one, oh my God, so big the text. So big, so small the text, and then some bits that are quite large. Like I can read the words "aspects of flying," for instance, and flying on a ZX Spectrum and the instrument panel. I can read like all of the big text that's there, which is probably 1 millimetre high, but all the rest of it, you just had it. Oh, hang on, I think I found the controls as well while we're at it. Oh, there we go. They're kind of in the inlay's edge. Right, so it's cursor keys. Rudder left and right is... Oh my God, this is going to be dreadful. Decrease rudder. I don't know, I may say dreadful. 82 this, made in the UK, it says at the bottom of there, made in the United Kingdom. 1982, back basically the year that this was released. I think this was a release title. This must have been a release title. This must have been, I'm pretty convinced it was, because it was originally on the ZX81 as well, which is also even more amazing if you think about it. A little 1K of memory was all we... To be fair, that's all we needed back in the day. We didn't need all this RAM at the moment. And if you've not seen the latest news, the price of RAM has quadrupled in price at this moment in time. I do feel like it's price fixing at this point, because it's quadrupled because of AI. Yes, AI has caused it to quadruple because people need RAM and they need solid state hard disks. So it's quadrupled in price. It's ridiculous. You go buy a stack of RAM that used to cost you tenner. It's now 40 quid, and you go, what? Why? And why is because of AI. So apparently we need extra memory for AI because Microsoft, who have admitted to this, have made Windows 11's taskbar and interfaces menu. They're not working properly, and they know it. But they've been putting AI into your computer because you need it. Hands up who needs it. Yeah, exactly. Absolute silence. Nobody needs the AI in the computer. Get out of my machine, Microsoft, and stop looking at what we're doing. Information, yes, is power, but it's not your information. Get off. You've got to pay extra for that. Right, final approach, in-flight or takeoff. For coffee as well. Yum, 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 yum. I love coffee. Coffee is great. I'm still working on Dow Egg Butts. I still one of these days, it's just going to appear as a logo at the bottom corner. Just be like, drink Dow Egg Butts. That'll be it. That's all you're going to get. Just drink it. Right. Take off. Final approach. In flight. I don't know what I want to do here. Do we want to? I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can bring myself to do taking off. I know how to accelerate. I think. Increase throttle. Yeah, P and O. Right. I think we can. I think we can do the taking off thing. Let's do taking off. Do I want wind effects? No, because I really don't think we can manage wind effects. Okay, so this is us on the platform. This is so amazing, realistically. I mean, look at it. We're in a plane in 1982 as a kid learning how to do this. So let's accelerate. Let's put some power in. I'm putting some power in. You see the power going up on the bottom right-hand corner there. That's our power. I don't know how much power we need. And I'm going to pull up. I don't know how to do the flaps, but we're going to pull up and see if we can take off. More power? Yeah, let's do more power before we run out of runway. I think we're in the air. We're up, people. We are up. And can we level out? Where's the height? Where's the height? Oh my God, I'm swerving all over the place already. We're in the air. I always quite liked the idea of flight sims. Oh my God. Pull up, slow down. Let's power. You should be able to slow down once you're in the air, because once you've broken the laws of physics. No, I'm only kidding. They are the laws of physics. You should be okay with that. The ILS on the left hand side, I think, is your rudder positions. Oh look, it's pointing me back again. So a little light aircraft. Even to this day, you can probably fly the light aircraft with a little bit of, with a little license and things. I certainly knew somebody who had whose partner had a two-seater one, just a little one, and it's amazing though, because they think their one was about from the 60s, and it did about, and funnily enough, it did about 70 miles per hour, so it's about 60-70 miles per hour, and they used to use it to fly over to places and then land and then fly back, but you couldn't really carry an awful lot because of the sort of my gear is down. Oh, my gear's down. That's why we're doing it. Landing gear. How do I check landing gear? Lower. G. Do I press it to go up again? Down. No, I need the landing gear up. That's the reason why we're swerving all over the place. We need the landing gear down. Up. Up. It's up. That's up. Right, okay, that's better. That's better. Pull up a bit. Yep. We're not very high, I don't think. What else do we need to do? Flaps. We need to... So flap is down. I don't want the flap down. I want to increase flap. F. No, I don't think I want to do that. I want to decrease flap. D. No flaps. Yeah, flap. That's it. Flaps. And now we're just going to saunter through the skies like a. I'm not even sure where we are. There's something there. Do you remember Ace of Aces? That was a great name on the ZX Spectrum. I used to quite like playing Ace of Aces. That was a kind of a game that we you really could get into. And there was some really good, to be fair, there was some really good flight sim sort of dogfighting games that were on the Spectrum. It's amazing how many of them actually were there. It really was quite a fantastic sort of. I don't know why I said there's no wind, but I'm being buffeted about here. I guess it's probably my flight pattern. Right, okay, let's ditch this thing. Here we go. Let's go. We're going towards the ground now. No loop-the-loops in this thing. The gear is up. I think that's the landing bit there. Hang on, that might be the landing thing there. Oh, hang on. Careful with the altimeter. What are you doing? You idiot. There it is. It's right in front of us. I was going to try and land again. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh! I don't think we're going to be able to land. Yeah, I used to really quite like these games back in the day. I was quite a fan of the old flight sim. It's kind of trying something you wouldn't normally try. I guess is the general gist. As I got older, though, things like that have not ever been sort of a games that I kind of like. I kind of like Euro Truck Simulator, for instance, where you drive trucks around, and it's basically like flight simulator type stuff, but with trucks. So I kind of like that kind of stuff. I kind of like it. I quite enjoy it. Right, I'm going to see if we can find the loading point for this. So hopefully a bit further on in the tape is less. What's that? There was a noise there. Maybe a little less sort of worn. My tape deck does not want to move. Is it that tight? Honestly? I'm looking at it. It's saying that. Oh, it really isn't good. Listen to it. Sounds like somebody doing some kind of scratch on a disc. It's not a happy bunny. We might have to find the quest on old PlayZX. It's always a good thing. What? It really doesn't want to. Oh, it's really, honestly, that one's not happy at all. Let me rewind it on the other side. We'll try the other side in a second. Right, let's try and find this on PlayZX, because it's always worth trying PlayZX when we can get through these things. Let's give it a whirl. Let's see what we can find. What we got here. What we got. Let's see. The quest. I'm pretty sure this is it Paul or Peter Shepherd? I'm pretty sure this is one of them. Or Shepherd Industries. Oh, it really isn't a good tape, this. I haven't even managed to rewind it. It's just jamming. This is what happens. They get a bit they get a bit sticky. You get a bit sticky because they haven't been moved for years, so they get a bit. Yeah, it's not good. The quest. Hang on. No, that's not good. Quest. Have we not got the quest? We got the. Are we in the queues? Let's have a look in the queues. The egg. Not the egg. How about quest on its own? Come on, you telling me there's no games on the Spectrum called The Quest? To be fair, the PlayZX has a limited library, so it is a bit annoying. What we got here? We got something from 2008 that sounds amazing. I don't even know. I can't. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Looks like it's Spanish. Cubra Cabas? I don't know. I'm ruining it. I feel we might try this on this. Well, let's do this one because as I said, I can't find the quest. So let's do this one instead. Let's do this one. This one sounds interesting. We'll try and load it. We'll see what happens. It's a 2008 game, and I don't know what it is. I hope it's not rude. You never know with what's on the tape. There are adult titles for the ZX Spectrum. It has a few. It's not quite the Pornhub. So it obviously doesn't require online safety to protect you from it. Put your hands over your face in case this is rude. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. 2008, this one though, whatever it is. The thing I love about homebrew, and I think I've said this before. I love about homebrew is people are still making ZX Spectrum games today. Some people are still making Commodore 64 games today. People are still making Amstrad CPC games today. They're all still doing it. This could be just a demo, by the way, but that's all right. We like that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool. I can see that already. It's going to be it's a cool image. So. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that loading screen. Anyway, but they're still making stuff today, still making games today, still doing bits and pieces. It's really weird because I remember back in the days when there were demo groups and they basically used to show what the hardware was capable of. So what it was they were a demonstration of what you could make a machine do with the limited resources it had. Of course, that's been completely superseded by the fact that nowadays we've got PCs and computers that are so powerful that almost is a the test of the ability is the type of game that's running nowadays. In fact, almost everything runs on almost everything. But back in the day, they did things like 1K demos, which were absolutely amazing. There was a demo scene for the Spectrum. There was a demo scene for, I don't know if they still exist, these demo scenes, but it was an example of programming prowess and knowing your hardware. They were just amazing sort of things that sort of could go on your screen, the sounds, the visuals, the effects that you could create with the limited resources you had. I mean, I remember a lot of the demo scenes, especially for the Commodore 60, the Commodore 64, for the Commodore Amiga. I remember an awful lot of those. I mean, I remember there was demos. Bad Apple was one that I remember. Jesus on Ease, if you remember that one, that was 3 discs long. And it was quite impressive, and it was just there are some such fantastic sort of demo scenes, and if you knew about the special versions that they came around, the people who created those usually created a loader or trainer at the beginning of it which was a demo of their own ability of how good they were at removing the protection on the program itself, but also on how good that they were actually coding in the first place. Quick demos, things flash at the screen. Fairlight comes to mind as a sort of cracking group. There was lots of this stuff going on, and it was absolutely. I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. The weird one. I don't know if you went through this stage, but most people went from DOS. I'm not going to say Microsoft DOS because there was Digital Research DOS. There was more DOSes than just Microsoft. So DOS went from the disk operating system to Windows, and it was usually Windows 95, Windows 98, that kind of thing. Nobody did ME because it was a bad one. They kind of went that route, and then ultimately ends up on XP, and which is one of the greatest operating systems that Microsoft created. But it was also the last one you owned, by the way. That was the last time you owned the product. You bought it, and you owned what you had. After Vista, it became licensed to Microsoft, and Microsoft reserved the rights to effectively delete delete anything they wanted off your computer. So if they don't want you to install something, you don't own that right anymore. It's not your right. They also reserve the right to a this is going to be interesting because there's keys here. I can see that. So 5's redefine the keys. I'm pretty sure of that. S is to start. 1 is for keyboard. I think my keys are at the bottom of the screen. There's a website at the bottom there. ZX Spectrum Retrobox.org. Don't know if they still exist or not. All right, this is going to be new and interesting. Always good. Let's do S to start. Introduction. Password. Oh. Password invalid. I don't know what this is. Anybody read Spanish? 1 for keyboard. Ah! What are we meant to do? M for menu. No, 1. Aha, slide them into place. Right. Are we? Oh, we're kind of meant to make the. I guess make the blocks. Can we rotate that? It's a block moving game. So, that one up. That one up. That one across. That one across. I'm not sure what's involved here. There says instructions, didn't they? Is this door open at the bottom? No. Let's do M. Let's see if we can work out the instructions for. Instructions. Okay, let's check our Spanish. So let's utilize something. Real spectrums. Yep, got that. Right, none of that's making any sense to me so far. Nope, none of that makes any sense. S was obviously to enter the code to the next level. Alt F7. We can't press Alt F7 on a Spectrum. Open the tape for saving. Alright, okay. So you can save where you've got to. M for menu. That's to return to the menu. And I'm still on the... Alright, the game's still playing at this moment in time. I'm not sure how we rotate this though, because that not there's a rotate button. Don't press M for menu. Nope. I don't find there's no rotate button. So I'm just sort of shuffling them around. It's very good in the movement wise. What we're doing, I don't know, is the answer to that. I'm not very good at these puzzle sliding games. My wife loves them, but I'm really rubbish at moving puzzly things. I mean that's obviously the route for something to go, but I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm meant to be doing here. I'm just making a mess with all of the various things. I'm guessing that blue one has to go out the bottom door here, because that's kind of what it is. Oh, that would drive me nuts, realistically. I'm struggling with that one. A bit of a hard one, that one, realistically. Not what I was expecting. So yeah. We'll move on. We'll see whether or not we can get this tape to load. But I have a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling that we're running on possible sort of. Yeah, they rust. Well, they don't rust. They mold. It's mold. It's the big killer. People put them into the garages and into the lofts, and the cold. They form mold on them. They fade. They've been stretched and expanded by. There's lots of reasons why tapes don't load. This isn't actually moving. It can't move it. It's going now. It's going now. We're going. Oh, bracing yourself for this one. It may or may not load. So the Hobbit, though, the Hobbit is based on the Tolkien book of the same name. It became part of the Lord of the Rings because there was a different ending, wasn't there? So it kind of was a story that he built about sort of the No, this isn't happening. This isn't happening. I'm looking at the tape and the drive, and it's just not moving. Right, so we're gonna have to go to. We're gonna have to return to the old faithful, the PlayZX for this. Yeah, but so it's Tolkien's sort of book about that. I remember the very old one of the older editions of it when it was brought out. It was sort of a green, mostly a green cover, sort of I don't know what it was it Hobbit writing all over it or something similar, sort of mountains and things like that. Very much the. Oh, you kidding? The Hobbit's not on here. You gotta be kidding. Oh, we're out having a good time here. What we got in here that's got with the word "ha" in it? Let's find something with the word "hobby" in it. Let's see if we can find something useful here. Let's there's one called Homebrew. Let's have Homebrew. I can't believe this. That's just the joy of what's on the tape, by the way, is the fact that they're not all on PlayZX, which I kind of understand. Some are licensed, so there is a kind of there's kind of a little bit of an issue realistically when they're licensed. So if they're licensed, you can't they won't put them on there, but you can find versions of it somewhere, but I'm not going to tell you where. You can find it yourself. This is Jonathan Caldwell, Homebrew. Not a game I recognise, but Jonathan was responsible for Advanced Game Designer, AGD. He's also responsible for a shmup designer, which he did as well. So he's kind of responsible for creating brew your own at home. Right, homebrew kit. Oh, it's brewing alcohol. Good. What's it like? Make 40 pints. Drinkware UK. Right, okay, homebrew kit. That's maybe what it's about. But anyway, he's responsible for making sort of quite a few good tools that the Spectrum community has used over the years to make various games. There's a vampire game. I can't remember its name off the top of my head, but there are a few sort of general tools that are out there that Jonathan has been responsible for. Unfortunately, he got swept along in the ZX. We talked about this last week. The ZX Vega fiasco. Unfortunately, he got swept along in it. He was a big supporter of it, and I think there was a little bit of. It's dreadful, isn't it? Animosity, but I get it though. You know, if you spent money on something that never arrives, I get that entire thing. I think that's I think for me the problem with that is that every time I sign up to an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter, I kind of accept in my mind that I might not be delivered the product I'm going to get. I know that sounds crap, but it's true, because quite often, you know, although these things are, you know, the generating cash to create the project, there is a good chance that they might not make that to fruition. As much best will in the world and all this kind of stuff. If it's a smaller amount of money, and £100 is no small amount of money, but if it's a smaller amount of money, you kind of, you grit your teeth and you hope that it arrives, you know. So I mean, it's a bit like recently I posted on my sort of community side of the channel. I posted that I finally got I remember. I'm a Star Wars figure shill, I'm afraid. And I wish that Disney would give some money for shilling these things, but I am it's Disney figures. You know, in the sense of Star Wars. I wish you hadn't sold that to them. I wish you hadn't sold it to him. Anyway, but George Lucas, Anyway, but I showed a figure that I sort of pre-ordered at the beginning of the year. It's a Shin from Ahsoka, a figure I really wanted because I'd already got the Balin, which was Ray Stevenson, which obviously passed away after making that series of Ahsoka. And I don't think it was the Ahsoka series that did it to him, but he passed away. He's quite a young man, realistically, in the scale of things, or certainly younger than he should be to be passing away. But the point is, I waited for that for almost 11 months, and I wasn't even sure that it was going to happen because Disney's been and Hasbro have not been putting out figures recently because, I guess, reasons. So whatever their reasons being, I
I assume it was financial, and that the fact was they weren't selling figures. And of course, now Christmas has rolled round, they're off at it again. I'm clicking my fingers, going, "Yes, Christmas is here. They'll be doing figures." True, that's exactly what they did. I mean, it's ridiculous, but I'm kind of half prepared to wait with these things in case they do happen or they don't happen. So yeah, it's kind of it's annoying, but it is what it is. Makes 40 pints. Oh, keyboard. Is that Jonathan? I don't know if that's Jonathan or not. He's got a pint in his hand. I mean, to be fair, this is almost perfect for this channel. A little bit of yeah. There's Jonathan there. 2009, Master Brewers. I'm gonna have a drink. Oh, that is good. Keys. 4. Forwards. Turn left. Turn right. Fire. Pause. Right. Shoot the nasties to collect fruit, then drop them into the demijohn to ferment. I have no idea what a demijohn is. I assume it's the fermenting thing. Right, let's just flash past again. Right, okay. 1 for keyboard. I've got a nasties. Collect fruit. Right, I'm a barrel. Oh, cool, and it floats. Oh, right, cool. Oh, I like it. I get you put it. It's like. Do you know what it reminds me of? Cookie. Do you remember Cookie? Well, Cookie. It's really, actually, to be fair, this is blooming good. I'm liking this. Liking this a lot. So I've got to collect the fruit and put it into the. Oh, it's really good. You kind of drift downwards as you're flying. Now, I think. I'll be honest, I think this is available and probably something I'll be buying, but now that I've played it, I think this is available on Chronosoft. So Chronosoft is one of the few Spectrum sort of providers that are left. He's in my drink. He's drinking my drink. I think that's what they do. They drink my drink. Chronosoft is one of the last sort of specky sort of providers of games, and I'm pretty convinced this is on there. As an option, so I've got I've got energy I can see at the bottom left hand corner there. There's energy, and I'm running short of energy. I've got 3 barrels left. Oh, I like brewing. There's burger there as well to collect. Oh no, collect 6 of those for a bonus. Yeah, I know, but I didn't finish my blooming barrel. I'm gonna put this. Come here. I love the whirling thing. There's colours going all over the place. This is a great little game. Yes. Now, I remember the first game I ever played that was by Jonathan Caldwell was actually on a cover tape. It was called Egghead. It was his sort of variation on sort of the I guess the it's very much on his variation on the. So it's the grapes I'm really trying to get in here. The grapes are the thing that try to do this. What's this burger do? Health, yes, that's what it does. I'm rubbish. Variation on, I guess, a sort of a variation of Manic Miner, and a variation of, I guess, as well, Dizzy. It was kind of thing. I like this. I'm rubbish at it, but I like it. I like the way you sort of float downwards. You just let's get that barrel. There's one. I got that one. Yep. I'm not finished with barrel though. I'm a barrel load of food. I want those. Damn. There's the one there. I've got that's 3. There's 4. Got to shoot the bees. Poor bees getting shot. Food cake. Need that for health. I'll get my cake. Oh, I can't believe that disappeared. Come on, kill him. Kill them all. There's another one for a bonus. It takes a lot to fill this blooming jug, though, for fermenting. It's making cider, aren't we? That's what we're making, or brew of some sort. Some diamond, please. There's a star there. What's the stars? I think the stars are crashing to a die, and I've died again. Game over. My God, that was so tough. Leave my name. It's really good. I quite enjoyed that. I really did. And I beat Jonathan as well, which is almost always important as well. That's very important. Right, okay, we need to do Thrusta. I wonder if my copy of Thrusta's here handy. We'll go get that. I like that, though, as well. I like the pint of beer. Make 40 pints to do the whole thing. Homebrew. Yeah, 40 pints. I did some interesting research, by the way, into the drinker, Geo. I did some interesting research in brewing, actually, funnily enough. I'll get back to it once I grab this thing. 1 second, I'll grab this. You stay there. Stay. I'm coming. Running all the way. Stay. Are you there? Are you still there? Good, don't go anywhere. I've told you before about that. Right. Actually, that was a nice little side thing. Even though we've not played 2 of the games thus far, it's been a nice little side track, hasn't it? We've played some really weird things there. A little bit of homebrew, new stuff, modern day stuff. And that's the problem with What's on the Tape. And also, the best thing about What's on the Tape is basically you're gonna get whatever appears. Effectively, we're gonna see what we can get from either 40 years ago or modern. And actually, to be fair, that was a nice little sidetrack. But anyway, so brewing. Little thing about brewing. I didn't realise. I thought you could brew anything you like, but you can do like ciders and beers and all this kind of stuff. But you can't do spirits. You can't do your own moonshine. Effectively, you need a load of licenses. I know. I looked into this. I was really. I quite like a spirit occasionally. I'm a man who likes a single malt Scotch. So I kind of fancied, can I brew this myself, or can I make a moonshine? I fancied a moonshine because they're strong as well, and they seem interesting. And we're talking Dukes of Hazzard here, I'd have to get my wife to some of those Daisy Dukes, cut off shorts or whatever else it is. She would not be happy. But that's what I was thinking in my head, whether or not it was a thing or not. And apparently it is a thing, and you can buy the kit, happily on many online stores. But like many things in life, you can't actually brew it. You need a license. And you need your facilities inspected so that you can do that. And there's so many things involved in it that the point was that I kind of went through this, and I found a few blogs about people who tried to do this as a business, and they ended up. Most people end up doing it within a brewery, so they sublet some space within a brewery that already has the necessary licenses. But if you try to do it yourself in the UK, that's in excess of about 50k to actually get the relevant elements to make your own moonshine. Which seems awfully excessive to me, to be honest with you. But apparently it's explosive, and you can use it as fuel in your car. So that I guess that is the bad thing about it. So right, Thrusta by Patrick Richardson. There, by the way, it was passed. What are the keys? ZX. Symbol shift is up, and enter is fire the laser. Right. ZX. Symbol shift is up. And then to fire the list. I can do that. They're okay. So this is a cracking little game. Very underrated. Most people forget it. And one of the things I find about it, I love the sound. It's got a really interesting sort of. It's a really kind of noise, but it's really. I think I quite like it. It's like an incubating sound. I think that's the general gist of it. It's a sound of things incubating. Creatures incubating. You see, those are the aliens there. You got to kill them. You basically have to push rocks on their heads. So we'll start the game. Enter. What's the start? S to start. So that's us at the top there, and basically we have this big old rock that we use to drop on their heads, and we fall down naturally, and then we crush them, and we crush aliens like that. So, and then you get another rock to crush more aliens with, because it's always good to crush aliens. If you're into crushing aliens, this is a game for you. And I love the graphical animation of the things exploding. It's really cool. So let's little animation that's point scoring. Then we crush that egg. Oh, it's not ready to be crushed. Sorry, I apologise. They've got to crush them when they're obviously aliens. So they kind of pop out of their... they just loiter around here. And you squish at them. And I've not squished him properly. I don't think I can shoot them, though. I think I have to squish them. I think that's the route to go. You have to squish. You can't... Come on. You're coming up here. I know you are. Come on. Come on, little critter. There you go. You can do it, as they say. Come on. Come on up here. Oh! Got one! Yes, crushed him. That one's dead. Squished on top of there. But unfortunately, the rock's gone the wrong way. Right, let's go this way with this one. Dunk, 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 dunk. So yeah, you use rocks to kill them. I kind of like it. It's it's basic arcadey. It has a weird sound to it, but it's 16K as well, so it's always impressive. 16K games are, oh bloody hell, they've gone back to the eggs. So 16K games are always, for me, they're always quite an impressive, you know, what they could achieve. The rock just kills them by walking underneath it. Yeah, I've got two of them there. But it's just an impressive little sort of game. The graphics are nice. It's created with a Spectrum in mind. It clearly was from the way it looks. There's a disregard for the colour clash to some extent down the bottom there. With the creatures. The people are not caring what's going on with them. They clash occasionally. Yeah, it's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. It is a factor of the ZX Spectrum. It's a thing. You would kind of expect it. Yeah, it's a kind of a thing you expect with a Spectrum. Oh, missed him. Yeah, got him. Let's see if we can get this one here. See if we can get this squiddy thing that's coming past. There we go, two. I was close more than anything else. I was very lucky with that. Yeah, so it's a thing. It's a factor. You kind of expect it with the Spectrum. You kind of expect the sort of, I guess, the look and the feel of it. That's the last one there. Going up here. I really want to get this last guy. I really want to show you the next level. Because I've only got one life left. That's the worst part here. Oh! Don't kill me. Got it. Got it. Got him! Next level! Brill! Managed. That was more fluke than good practice. And new aliens that come through now. Sort of little ghosty ones. It's such a great game for what it is. It's like Sir Lancelot. Sir Lancelot is a fantastic 16K game. Without a doubt, it's one of my favourite sort of 16K games. There we go. Got him. One down. Yeah, this kind of falls into that category of being really kind of cool. Let's push that down on his head. There we go. Squishing a whole bunch of stuff there. Getting a good score this time round. Nice high score. There's one there. He's just going to die. Look at that. You're going to get squished. It's such a great little game. Honestly, I'll be honest. It's and I don't know if anybody else has played it, but I just feel it's very underrated. And I think when the first time I played it, I'm sorry, it was on a special version of it, but I just feel it's a little bit underrated. It's kind of great and arcadey, and Specky was very good at doing arcadey stuff. And you got to remember that a lot of the early arcade games that were out there, they were 8-bit machines anyway. There wasn't anything massively clever about them. They were little 8-bit sort of processors that were doing the job. Ooh. Yeah, I can't kill them without rocks, so they have to be killed with rocks, which is a bit harsh. Yeah, they need rocks to kill them. And you put that rock in the worst place. I can maybe push it along here. No, this is not going to work. Please put the rock at the other side. Yes, Taz, that'll do. Oh God, I nearly killed myself. I'm an idiot. Oh, come on. Come on, underneath it. Go down. Go down, creature. Got you. Next level, I've done it. I've got the next level. It's brilliant. But they were really good at doing little arcadey games. They really were. And these are great little arcade games. Simple concept, easy to get into, fantastic. And you know what? The best thing about, not the worst thing, but the best thing about games is that if you know that simple works and that it's repeatable but not repetitive, that's kind of good. Pick up and play. They call them casual games nowadays, but genuinely back in the day, these pick up and play sort of games were just the business. They really were. They were kind of the games that we liked playing. Okay, we got 2 for the price of 1 there. I'm doing really well here. Oh. Yeah, what are you doing up here? Can't kill him without a rock. What are you doing all the way up there? That's not the place to be. Going down here. I'm doing actually alright. The first level was harder than the rest. Thus far. Come on. Yeah, the first level was quite hard in comparison to the ones that we're at now. These guys are totally letting us... There's another one down. Totally letting us beat them. Okay. Oh no! Ah! After all that. That was good. I enjoyed that. Oh, it's been ages since I played Thrusta. What do I do to make my name? Oh yes. And then press fire. Let's get our name in. Pop our name in. Pop our name in the right way. Oh. I can't. Oh, push the button. That's fine. We'll just do that. Kind of Right. Okay. I know. Sorry. Right. Escape from Pulsar 7 is next on the list. That sounds like a game that we want to play. Let's get a Pulsar 7 on here. Let's do it. Okay. Load it. Load speech mask. So we have a little sidetrack there. We missed out on Hobbit and the Quest, but to be fair, nobody really wants to see a text adventure, do they? They really don't. Text adventures are... I remember it came in that one came in a cardboard box. That was really weird, this one. Melbourne House. So there was actually a double dual version of the Hobbit, but there was also a cardboard box version of it, which this is not loading. It's not a good tape. I can't hear itself. Let's try it again. It's come to cardboard box as well, but the cardboard box is just black. But when it was sealed, it had the instructions on the front of it, so that they didn't have to print it twice around the box. So it came in one of them ultimate style sort of cardboard boxes that you opened up, and there was the thing in it. But then the instructions went on the inside. I actually couldn't believe that's how they had it. The original version was because it was cellophane wrapped around the whole thing. Wrapped up. Honestly, we must have felt a bit cheated. Realistically, that's not going very well. That's not. None of these tapes are picking up today. These are not. This is what happens, unfortunately. If you want to see it happen more, you can look at some of the older episodes. You can watch them in any order. It doesn't really matter. The episodic stuff is just because it was me numbering it, so I knew what was what. But honestly, you can watch them in any order you like. They're all silly fun with me yakking away and also trying to load tapes. Right. Okay. Let's see if we can find Pulsar 7. Or Escape from Pulsar 7. This is going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. Let's go for it. Let's pop that in there. By the way, if you want to know how I choose the games that I'm going to choose when we can't get them to load, I just start typing in part of the title. If I see one that looks interesting with the title, I kind of choose that from PlayZX. If you want PlayZX, it is in the description below. You'll need oh my God, Escape from Pulsar 7 is not here, and I don't even have a copy of it. Oh no, I don't even have a copy of it. I'm going to try the word Pulsar, see if we can get anything with Pulsar. Pulsar, it's rubbish. We've got Pulse Warrior. We've got Pulse Anator? Pulster? Don't know, it's a 128k game though. Oh, tempted. No idea what it is. Let's try that. No idea. Let's reboot. Let's restart Specky on the 128k mode. We'll try this. Polster. We'll give it a try. We'll see what happens. I don't know what it is. It's a Martech game from 1987. So before the very good year of 88. I always think 88's a very good year. I can't remember why. I think it's a combination of... Oh, actually, I do know why. Operation Wolf. 1988, Operation Wolf was released on the ZX Spectrum. Oh, one of my favourite games in the arcade, brought to my home computer, and it was glorious as well. To be fair, there are various glorious versions of it. I don't rate the Commodore 64 version, I know, so step back when I say that. But I don't rate that one. I don't like the look of this. That doesn't look like it's loading. If I stop this, it'll just go to a blank screen. Yeah, it's not loading. Right, so that's not loading. Let's try the one above and do the re-release. Right, anyway, so I don't rate the Commodore. It's probably the last in my list for Operation Wolf conversions. It's good, but the next one up on the list, and it's only, but this is, by the way, this is totally Spectrum bias here. There's nothing else other than Spectrum bias. I'm going to completely understand this. If you were a Amstrad CPC user, you'd put this number one. But Amstrad CPC version is glorious. It looks great. The graphics are really good. They're really brightly coloured. I think it's on the channel, actually, if you want to have a look at it. But I think it's absolutely glorious. It looks brilliant. It looks really like the game. However, it did suffer from that Amstrad CPC problem of being able to not scroll particularly well. It's a shame, realistically, because the Spectrum could do it. But the Spectrum version, it's high-res graphics. Yeah, it's monochrome. I hate the monochrome, but it is monochrome. High-res graphics, monochrome. But it's glorious. It looks the business. It really does. It is, the graphics you saw in the arcade felt like they came home on the Spectrum version of it. From the guys who run past the front throwing their knives at you and all those other bits and pieces. Absolutely fantastic. To this day, I still think Operation Wolf is one of the greatest games on the Spectrum conversion-wise of the whole lot. I mean, you've got to remember those things like Bubble Bobble were brilliant on Spectrum as well. Great with two players. There were really good conversions of that whole thing. And again, this goes back to, and I need to do a What's in the Wild shortly on. I've got some Evercade stuff to show you because I've never shown you my Evercade stuff. I'm an absolute avid collector of it and done nothing on my channel about it. I should really do it. I was there sort of pre-ordering it before it even became a thing. And the Evercade itself, the Evercade just recently, it's come out with some of the greatest arcade games. It's got the Neo Geo Collection 2 and 3, which includes some of the Arts of Fighting, some of the King Fighters. They're on the Neo Geo, and not Neo Geo. They're on the Evercade. If you were trying to find these for the actual, if you got a Neo Geo AES system, you'd be paying quite a lot of money for these particular cartridges. They are. You can emulate it. I know that you can emulate it on your Evercade, but for me, the fact that I still get a manual with it, a cartridge and a cassette, a case, it's just glorious. It is one of my favourite things about collecting for something like the Evercade, and the price being so low for the products themselves, it just doesn't feel bad. You get between. They have got some one games now though, but you get one game which will be a sort of a big indie title possibly. But you get between one and some cartridges have. I mean, the last one, I've just got the Llama Soft ones as well. I'm going to spoil it for What's in the Wild, but I've just got the Llama Soft ones. 27 games from Jeff Minter on there. 27 games. My God, it's brilliant. But arcade games really were the standard back in the day. If you wanted to know what the game was meant to be like, that's where you went. You went to the arcade. And then you got it at home. There are a fair few exceptions to where things were better on a home computer, probably because of the time actually. Because when they originally came out, the arcade game got a few years for the Spectrum version to be created, or the Commodore version, or the Amstrad CPC version. And one of those examples, by the way, of this thing, and I'm gonna argue this every time, that I think, for instance, and I might even say this about another game actually. I'm going to say it about the two. First one, Renegade on the Spectrum is better than the arcade by a million miles. I know that's a big claim, but it is without a doubt one of the best games on the Spectrum in graphically, and on 128K with the extra level. It is fantastic. That first version of it. I mean, Target Renegade 2 didn't go to the arcade, or Target Renegade, should I say, which is the second version of it, didn't go to the arcade, but it's also legendarily good. But Renegade itself, as conversion to Spectrum, is fantastic. Now, this one I kind of debate. You can debate this in the comments with me as well. I also think this is better on the Spectrum than it is in the arcade. RoboCop. Now, I don't know whether they based that on the arcade or loosely based that on the arcade, because the level is different, and you can jump in RoboCop on the arcade, but you can't jump. You can't jump on the I'm going to get snowball held down, by the way, for the last one. You can't jump in the thing for a second. You can't jump in the Spectrum version, so you just walk along levels. But it's really good. The mini games in between, which I don't think you get those in the arcade. I just think it plays better, and because RoboCop doesn't jump in the film, I think it's a better thing. So the attract mode is on. So this is a hark to the arcade. So the arcade would have an attract mode to attract you to the game. I'm not sure what we're meant to do with this game, but we're going to give it a go anyway. He's touching things and moving around. Yep. I'm going to have to drink some coffee now, by the way. Good. Right, I've got the controls. Space to play. Level 1. That's me, and I just move automatically. I've got a 1. I think I've got to go through the gates. So it's a maze. There's 1. Oh, there's 2. I've got 3. Right, I'm getting the gates. I've just got to pass through the gates. Right. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. So I've got to get to 6. I've got to count to 6. Right, you've got to find your way through the thing without... Okay. I've got to add up the gates somehow. I don't know. I've got to get gate 6, I guess. I can only go that way, I guess. Can I shoot? Oh, God, I can shoot. I'm an idiot. It said fire, didn't it? I should have fired earlier. So I've got to go 5 and 6, I'm guessing. That kills you. That's harsh. H key. Okay. I can't find any other numbers. I've got all the gates. Do they open the gates? What is going on with the gates? Right. Okay, no, maybe I'm completely wrong here. I'm thinking that I go through the gates to open them, but what's that? I absorbed it, whatever it was. I ate it. Never played this game before. I've opened that. I've got a gate. Oh, that's shut now. So if I go back here and touch that, is that open? That's harsh. So can I get round to the other side of it? Maybe not. Oh, so okay. Gate 3 is open. Opening the gates is opening the gates, maybe? I can fire quite fast, actually. I didn't realise that. Right, so I'm guessing picking up the things opens the gates. as we go through them, I think. We're just going round the circles here, though, I'm afraid. Yeah, so getting those opens the gates. Allows us to pass through them. And we get oiled up to get our... okay, so that worked well. I'm kind of a little lost in the maze here, I think. I've opened gate 1. Gate 2 is shut because so I went through that last time round. And opening gate 2 opens gate 2. That's what it does. So it's a kind of a game of opening the gates to escape, I guess. Yeah. There's gate 2 open. There's gate 1 open. I'm guessing gate 1 is where I go to. Right, okay. Yeah, not massively impressed by that one, realistically. I suppose I'd play it back in the day. Look at that. An 80 Moon. 80 Moon. That's what I am, 80 Moon. Yeah, my tech. Whatever it is. No, not impressed. Not particularly impressed by that. Let's see. We'll try the tape on the other side, but I don't think it's going to work. But we'll get snowballs in hell just in case down. So you just stay there. I'm just going to reach up and get it. Stay. 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 I've got it. You just stay there. Are you still there? Where have you gone? Don't go anywhere. It's not a coffee break, you know. Only I'm allowed the coffee breaks. You're all sitting there watching me. I'm having the coffee. Still working on that sweet deal with the coffee company. Do you know what? That would work nicely for me. Coffee, endless surprise of coffee. I see that we're going to get taxed more on coffee. Good news for that, for us all. Those of us who might like a latte occasionally are going to get taxed more. A bit of sugar tax on that in 2028. Marvellous news. Marvellous. Just what we really needed. Sugar tax on the things we like. Oh, no fun anymore. They just want us to eat gruel. Stop us getting rotten teeth. To be fair, I never really was bothered about the reduction in sugar. It probably stopped me eating more sugar than I did originally. Because all of the suppliers of sort of own brand stuff basically took all the sugar out, so they didn't have to pay extra tax. And I have to admit, I think it was better for my teeth. As a kid who used to drink quite a lot of Coca-Cola occasionally, or something, or similar brands. Just as a kid, when I got a bit older, I sort of realised difference. But you know, a lot of sugar. I'm kind of not overly fussed about the reduction in sugar in it. It's about the coffee for me, not necessarily the sugar. Anyway, what we got here? Snowball in hell. So we're a tank in hell, I think. That's in hell. We're a snowball tank in hell. Constant attack from hostile. You're a snowball battle tractor. Battle tractor. I mean, what a better name than that be? A battle tractor. We've got to basically. There's not real much to the. Hell is testing the ground on Earth's military forces, although the equipment is extensively tested. It's very experimental, so we're using experimental equipment. Experimental equipment is the case. So we could basically experiment with equipment. It's, you know what, the Atlantis, I don't know about anybody else, but you see, it's sometimes quite easy to collect collections of things. And Atlantis is one of those ones where it's pretty easy to get a full set of Atlantis games. I'm not sure that I actually have, but I certainly have everything I've ever seen in Atlantis. That sounds like I'm some kind of I'm like Aquaman or something like that. I was in Atlantis the other day. I was swimming along, I was chatting to a cod. but the point being that I think it's fairly easy to collect most of the Atlantis stuff. They were budget titles. They were sold for $2.99 was a suggested value for them. It says it on the front cover of them, in fact. And there was lots of those games. And just it's relatively. Do you know what the worst thing is? Do you know what I feel really bad for? As I said before, we're a little bit slow down of sort of buying, but I think everybody's got the things as well. I think somebody said this in the comments the other day that and also that I can't remember what it was. I said in the comments about there's a lot of digital stuff going on now. Everybody puts it on a memory stick and does it that way, but some of us still like to own it. So there's still buyers and collectors out there. We still exist, but I think at this stage a lot of us have got everything we want, and the things when we used to buy the fillers, which really is Snowball in Hell is an example, or is it Snobball in Hell? Snowball in Hell. But if you just have it, you already have most of the stuff. So it seems to be sitting as a result of that. I like the Hell thing flashing there. So Hell's testing us and our machinery. But these are great value for money, these Atlantis games. Later in the day, though, this is 1989. You're talking. By now you've got Mega Drives arriving, you've got Commodore Amiga arriving, the Atari ST is already on the scene. They've all started to turn up now, so we've gone from 8-bit to 16-bit in a very short length of time. And it's all starting to happen realistically at this point in time. I'm going to do C to set the controls. I'm going to do 1 to define the controls. I'm going to do up, down, space, fire, and H pause, because H is for hold, isn't it? Everybody knows that. Right, so this is us, the tank. Commence attack. We can shoot as well at the enemy coming at us. This is hell that way. Yes, hell that way. And I shoot, and I'm a tank. Battle tractor, sorry, apologies. Battle tractor. I'll just go past. What an idiot. Commence attack. And it's basically it's Arachnoid with the whole thing. And the weird bit about this is, I don't know if I've seen recently, but they're one of the big indie titles that basically embarrassed things like Battlefield was a game called Ball X, and that's basically a variation of shooting balls at things with a roguelike type thing, which basically means you get incrementally changed sort of damagey stuff as you go along, and that really is annoying. That thing. Yes, get up there and do your thing up there. Stay up there. Don't come back. Oh, I got killed. I've got loads of lives though. Loads of lives. I think I've played this before. I definitely think I've played it on the channel. And I don't think I did very well on it either. And I love the way the ball just accelerates up all of a sudden. It goes from a sensible speed to, I'm going to go super fast. I don't know if it's the thing that I'm picking up there that does that, that's on the screen. But he really needs to... There we go, it's bouncing around. Yes, get up there. Do some damage up the top. I'll shoot this thing while you're doing that. Oh, we lost points. Oh. I was not meant to shoot that thing. I guess I'm meant to shoot those, though. Yeah, those I am. Skulls I'm not meant to shoot. I guess they're humans. Huh? Yeah, I got to shoot that. I'm not meant to shoot the skull things, though, it seems. Oh, go, get it. Go, go, go. Oh, shot smiley faced. I've got slow ball. Ah, slow ball's good. Right. Okay. So some are items to collect. So I shot that face. If it looks like a spaceship, that's what I've got to. Damn. If it looks like a spaceship, I'm not meant to shoot it. Sorry, I meant to shoot it. If it looks like a pickup, I'm meant to get that, but I'm not meant to shoot the skulls because they're bad. So we got slow balls. That'll be a shield on. I've got a shield. Means I can absorb an attack, I guess. Come on, bounce around here and get these things. Great, isn't it? The physics. I mean, think about this. This is a budget title, and it's got physics like this. It's kind of cool. Don't shoot that thing because it's gonna cost me points. So you can stay over there. Oh, damn you! Finished in hell. Hell has risen. Hellraisers. I mean, Hellraiser. Honestly, hell-raising and heaven and things like that. That's just honestly what a name for a title for a game. Anyway, I've been your host, RealGenericDemon. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. We'll have a little longer one next week, I think. But yeah, have a little look at the rest of the channel. There's plenty of stuff to see. There's plenty of things in the old What's on the Tape. There's indie titles. There are Commodore games. There are Spectrum games. There are Amstrad games. There's all kinds on here. You just have a good look around. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.